Good evening, good evening. Once again, it's your friend, it's your family, True Streets. From True Streets, I could have been a pastor. I am the Hood Guru. How's everybody out there this evening? Hope everybody's still blessed as always. As we get into another segment tonight, can you relate? It's tax season, people. Can you relate? A lot of people waiting for money all year long to take care of their bills and everything. Get back on top and everything, get things right, take care of little kids for the most of us parents. You know, and for a lot of us, try to get into a better position than we was last year. Well, I'm currently trying to find a place to move. So if anybody know anything around the Hickory, North Carolina area, let me know. But yeah, I'm trying to get me a new place. Get out this apartment. For one, I have new neighbors, and they're very, very, very loud, and it's basically not their fault. But when the people redid the apartment upstairs, they tend to want to take the carpet out of them now. So all the sound barrier that we had before don't have no more. So every time they make a move upstairs, pretty much I can hear everything downstairs. I can hear them breathing. But anyway, so I'm trying to get out of here, get a better position for my kids. Besides, I'm an animal lover, and one reason I don't have an animal while I'm in the apartment because I don't believe they need to be, caged up like that. They was made to be running free, so that's what they should be, running out in the yard and getting exercise and all the other stuff. Using the bathroom properly, plus it keeps the smell out your house. So I can't wait to get me some more dogs because I'm a person. If anybody want, catch my podcast that know me, they know I used to have 30 dogs at one time. So I'm a big dog lover. So like I said, so I'm trying to get me a place because my boy got some courses. He about to breed up, and I need me a couple of them when they get here. So yeah, I've got to get me a crib, and I need one with a big yard, big fence. Plus, I know I'm gonna have to put some more support on the fence. So you talking about courses, 100-something pound dogs, so they they muscular. So I got to get that for them. Plus, my daughter, she needs to be outside in the yard. I don't like having my kids running around apartment complexes and stuff like that. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Because even though they're complexes, they still 1 second away from a project to me. So I tend to have her boxed up a lot. She 2 years old, about to be 3. She want to go out there and run and stuff too. At her mom's place, she has a trailer modular home, so you know she's good over there. You know what I'm saying? But far as over here, cars running in and out, then people getting mad and never know these days who trying to shoot at somebody. So yeah, so I got to get that together. But the thing I was getting back on, I was finishing off the other night was like giving your power away, giving your energy away to others, and not knowing, and then you feel you're drained all the time, or a certain person always brings you mishaps or crazy emotions when certain people get around you, because a lot of times they energy vampires and they just sucking your energy away from you and you don't know it. But so I just wanted to touch on that again. Let people know that the way to get your energy back, you got to do that. Some people may say it's rude, but that so-called fuck it thing, fuck it, get on, do other things, to occupy your space, you know what I'm saying, get hobbies, get around a different group from the group that you were in, because like I said, if they're in your inner circle, it's still going to be those problems arise when you get around them. So, you got to distance yourself sometimes. But I guarantee you distance yourself, that way you can get your head clear and your head straight, you'll feel a whole lot better, and it won't be no years or so down the road. Sometimes it may take a couple months even, but you'll get it together eventually if you put your head in the right way. Keep your perspectives in the straight order. And do you, as they say, do you, boo boo, do you. So, but yeah, and other things, like I said, it's income tax time. So I'm getting back, not nothing crazy, but it's enough to take care of my kids and get some things straight. Plus, like I said, I got to get my cars worked on because my 18-year-old now is be finishing school in a couple of months, and I'm pretty sure he's coming for one of them. So, but yeah, I took the kids out today. Went and picked up my daughter since her mom was off today, and I didn't really have to have her today, so she wasn't over here. So I went and picked her up and asked them where they wanted to go, and my sons aren't too picky. Plus she's 2, so she really had no true say so. But they wanted to go to Wally World, so we go to Wally World. So I like, look, all y'all grab y'all $1 worth of stuff. So they went, and all they got was pardon me, what you call Game Pass cards and all kind of stuff like that right there. So they spent $300 on Game Pass cards and stuff. But hey, it was theirs. They worked for it throughout the year, just like I worked for mine. So, but like I always tell them, when they get money and you put it on one thing, when you want something else, don't look back, be crying, because you didn't have to all, spend your money on game stuff. You could have got you some clothes, you could have saved it, you could have, there's multiple things they could have did with the money. But they know that this is not all the money they be getting, because income tax time, I treat my kids like they worked, like I work, so they get a pretty good bit. I'm not saying they get no $1,000 and stuff like that a piece, but they close. They are real close to that. But my 19-year-old, little Will, he, left here like 2 years ago, started living with his mom, got his first job. When the income tax time come, it didn't go like he wanted it with his mom. So this year he asked me, could I do his taxes, with mine. So I go to take him to the place, and I must have not been clear, or the person who prepared mine wasn't mentally correct for some reason of all aspects of taxes. But I wasn't allowed to do them with mine. So I told my son, I said, well, look, they talking about doing them separate, but if they do them separate, he may not get enough back, to cover them and to still have a nice piece of change in his pocket. That's why I wanted to do them with mine. But anyway, so I let him know, I said, well, look, no matter what you're getting back, you'll get it. Whether if I had to take his income tax papers and save them to next year and run them again with mine, through a different tax preparer, or I'll just say fuck him, rip him up, but he will get that money that they took out of his check, because he's owed that in my eyes. And just because rather I'll take them and I'll do them online, that way they'll be free, because it ain't like I don't know how to do taxes. I did my own taxes plenty of time. I just lazy in that aspect, because I don't be wanting to go through all the paperwork and putting in the numbers and crap. So then you gotta mail off, get the copies and mail off certain copies or whatever. I don't feel like going through that. But if I have to, to get his money, so we'll work it out, it's cool. But right now he good. I gave him $175. So he ain't got a problem. But anyway, so like I said, I took them out, gave them all $1 a piece. And then I went and had my daughter, so I went around and got her some stuff too, because she gets, I get income tax money for her, so she gets money too. So I try to give everybody their fair shares. And then my 14-year-old, his mother, he went and stayed with his mom for almost 4 months. And so since you know how taxes is, the parent that, if you didn't know, the parent that had the kids majority of the year is the one that's, legally able to claim them on taxes. Unless, he tell the other parent, or she tell him that whatever, however it goes, that they're not going to claim them, so the other can claim them, then that's something different. But by law, the one who had the child majority of the year, rather for those 6 months in the day, that's the one that carries the child. So I carried him. But I'm try to be as honest with people as possible. And so it ain't the point about did she deserve the money that I told her I was going to give her is the fact that she did have him at her residence for a couple of months. So since if you're getting money for the whole year, I believe for those couple of months, the other parents should get theirs too because they did also contribute. So when you look at the amount that the child tax credits or whatever that comes out every year, they'll come out as far as when you do your taxes, you get the credit for them. So every year they usually between 12 to whatever 100. So if I had them the whole year, I keep the whole thing. Then I just give them money like that. But in this case, it'd be the money split three ways. It's between me, him, and his mom. And so, like I said, she had him for like 3, maybe 4 months. So as I added it up, it's like $100 a month, which somewhere around 400. But I said I'll be nice now, give her like 500. Once I know, see everything as far as what I got exactly back for my taxes for him. So once I check the paper and everything, then when the money comes in, then I'll give her her share. Then I also always look out for my daughter's mom because, even though she's with me, to me, majority of the year, she still takes a lot of care from her daughter. As far as she buys her clothes, she stays there at nighttime. She's here on the weekends, but now since we don't work it out, she's not here every weekend. She's here every other weekend. So which means that's more time that her mom has her than she had it before. So then, the child credit came out for 6 months, and by her being 2, she's got the 3,600, 3,600 thing. So basically, with her getting that right there, they gave us $1,800. Now the $1,800, 300 a month on the 15th, I gave to her daycare. So that did not go to a mother, that did not go to me. Now, as far as the other $1,800 that is left, I let her mom know that half of that is hers. Now, she can get my daughter things out of her half, like I've gotten her things out of mine. But like I said, I had money already on me, so I got them stuff out of that. So when the money gets here, and I split it up, divvy it up with everybody, then I know what my remainder is, and then that's what I'll keep. And that's what I'll be trying to get my move and stuff with. So get up out of my current housing situation. My current housing situation, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like people beating over top of me when I'm trying to do things, and I can't, concentrate. And like I said, it's not their fault, so I'm not bashing my new neighbors because it's quite a few children. Children have to run, they have to play. Every time you tell them to sit down and you go in the next room, that don't mean they're going to do it. I have kids, so I know how it is. So I'm not, bashing them like that right there. I'm just trying to get from under them because it's annoying, even though that it's not their fault. The landlords took the carpet and all that stuff out of it, but the noise is annoying, put it that way. All right, and so like I said, this is True Streets. From True Streets, I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. These are my stories. This is my life that I'm sharing at the moment. Comment, feel free. Hit the messages up. Hit the likes and subscribes up. I would like to know, and I would like to get the comment, give shout outs to a couple of people and so forth. And it also lets me know that what I have to share is worth listening. So, when I was a kid, income tax came. We didn't know income tax came. I put it this way, I didn't. I didn't know there was a thing called income tax. And I said this before, but I didn't know there was a thing called income tax until I became old enough to file for income taxes. I didn't know every year you got so much money, when you worked in credits or whatever. however the parents got it and stuff in New Jersey back then and South Carolina and stuff. But I'm a true believer in is I've been in the house, you've been in the house all year. If you do your school work, you've been keeping your room clean, you've been doing your chores, you know what I'm saying? Not getting any trouble. I feel as though that you deserve to get some income tax money too. Not Christmas money, income tax money. And so when it comes down to that fact, every year since I've been able to work, I made sure that my kids got their share of income tax money. When they was younger, it was one price. Then it went higher as they got older. Well, mainly it went higher as when I moved and I was separated from my wife until we got divorced. They've been getting a substantial amount more than what they normally would get. And meaning, like, when I do my taxes for the kids, when I was with my wife, we was giving them 150 when they was little. You know, then by the time they was teens, majority of them were with me. You know, they weren't with their mom. So, in that aspect, when Little Will, Shamar, and Zay turned to be teens, I was giving them income tax money and I was giving it to them alone. So, when I started giving it to them, I started giving them 300 a piece and up, and that's for every last one of them. But now, I give them anywhere between $500 to $700 a piece at income tax time. Some of you probably listening like, yeah, right, you do, you live in the hood, or blah, 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 whatever you want to call it. I give my sons that amount every year. No hesitation. The only time they don't get that is, like I said, when they mess up. The more you mess up, the more comes out of your money. And since I've been doing it, I only had to do that one time. And he still got $450. So he didn't lose too much. And then, like I said, I always play fair. I give their mom money. And know a lot of you guys be like, I wouldn't give up nothing. And in my aspect, I could be in my place. I could be that way too, because for simple fact that I don't receive child support. I don't receive clothes allotments. I don't receive no monies for my children besides what they call the family food assistance thing. It helps out. But besides that, everything else is on me. From the haircuts, game systems on down. Sometimes they get birthday presents. Like this year, my son's, well, Shamar actually got a pretty decent birthday present from his mom. I can't remember exactly what she gave Zay, or Will wasn't here, so I don't know what she gave Will for his birthday. But she gave him $75, and that's pretty big for his mom. Gave him a gift card, you know. But anyway, that was better than nothing, because my kids get puts where they always get something, but the person that they supposed to get it from, they don't get it. And so it usually be me playing the fill-in. So from Christmas on down. So like I said, I believe that kids deserve, you know, it gives them incentive to do better that year. You know what I'm saying? And it gives them a point of responsibility to know that they got to take care of things to obtain this amount of money. Then when they get the amount of money, they also got to learn how to maintain the money, how to spend it, and how to save and not just buy things because you can afford it. I teach my sons well about money, whereas though from when they was kids. We don't like go pick out their stuff and get them that amount. No, we give them the money and they get their own stuff. They pay for their own taxes and everything. And if they go over, they got to put stuff back. If they go under, they have money for later. And then they got to know, okay, I know, then I tell them, when you buy stuff with your money, make sure you buy, the essentials: socks, drawers, shirts, pants, pair of sneakers, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, at least one pair of shoes or maybe two, and, get them at least 3 to 4 sets, coats and shit like that. I take care of shit like that. But far as, they want to wear something out of them that I wouldn't buy, then they got their own money. Now, if it ain't too outlandish and crazy, they can get it, As far as like game systems, shit like that, I pay for the systems. They buy their own games. If that makes sense. When I first get the game system, I get all the initial stuff for them. I get the joysticks, first game, I get the game, live thing, because all mine on Xbox. Don't know what the oldest one on, but the 4 youngest ones on Xbox. Even the 2-year-old has an Xbox, but she doesn't play it. But so when it comes down to it, they pretty much have the run of the mill to do what they want to get their things, and they have the amount of money to. Now, out of all of them, I can say that Shamar is the best saver. Zay saves change, but he can save money too. But the older one, Little Will, he's not good with managing money, which is bad because he's 19 now. So he needs to learn to manage his money more. And I'm trying to teach him, but it's like when you're in the house, you learn. When you're outside the house, I can't teach you. So when he was at his mama's house, he wasn't learning nothing. And he had jobs. But, so I try to teach him to manage that money, get the essentials, get what you need, don't always get what you see. You know what I'm saying? Because you get what you want, you go broke all the time. Then I tell him to hold back some. I say, because you never know, you might want to go and hang out with your friends, you might want to grab a pizza, might want to grab a sandwich or a pop at the store, you know what I'm saying? So I try to teach them well with the money. So when they get their money in income tax time, I'll be like, if you ain't got no money next month, that's your own fault. Because I tell you what essentials to get, everything else is on you. Now, just because I tell you go get some sneakers, I'm sorry. I like Nikes, I like all them other mugs, but I'm not spending no $100, $200, $300 or whatever on no pair of shoes, and it's taking a chunk out of my bill money. I don't make no crazy substantial amount of money now. If I was in the field, whereas though I was in a higher bracket of living and, areas and presentations, stuff like that, okay, that's one thing. But right now, in my current situation, it's all about taking care of these bills and making sure I got a crib tomorrow. But with the Lord's help, y'all my bosses, so y'all get me out of this, take me to the next level. Then all my kids, well, thank you. But today, I was talking at the job, and I met some gentlemen, and they was from Mississippi, or Louisiana, one, two, I can't remember. But anyway, it was 3 gentlemen, and they looked like they was family, and they was other, the Ebony Ascent, and so I took in, was talking to them because I'm in my kitchen, I'm out there, it's breakfast time, and I'm out there serving breakfast and getting stuff up, and so they sat at the first table outside the door, and this little bunny walked past. Come on, y'all know what bunnies are, bunny. But anyway, little bunny walked past, and she looked kind of straight. and the young dude said something, and I said something. I said, nope, I ain't gonna go there. And he like, what's up, old blood? Basically, and I was like, that's why I got 5 kids now, 52 with a 2-year old. So anyway, we get to talking, and it's like, excuse me, sir, where you from? You know, and I was like, I'm from Jersey. He talking about I sound like I'm from where they come from. I sound country, and I was like, well, I said I'm born and raised in Jersey. I said, but for the last 20 some years, I've been living in South Carolina. Then I moved here to North Carolina. I done well, I ain't lived, but I lived in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I lived in different parts of South Carolina. I done lived in D.C. I done lived in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? So I got a crazy accent. One minute I might sound this way. One minute people say you sound Jamaican and all kind of island and some like I sound like I'm from this way or that way. I'm like, look, whatever type of conversation I'm in, I'm blending. And it's not that I be trying to blend in like a chameleon. I'm just, I guess people just cool with the way I handle myself, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So, that was real funny. It did. We kicking it or whatever. And they what you call, excuse me, floater contractors. You know, had to take a drink for the ones who can't see. But yeah, floater contractors where guys, you know, be like a company and they have like jobs, South Carolina, North Carolina, or construction jobs or whatever, site jobs. And so these guys, go to different places and set them up or whatever. And so right now, they're with a restaurant line. And they basically go around and set up, like make sure everything is in the restaurant and take care of any patches or whatever that's, on the floor after the equipment gets moved and everything before the restaurant opens up, and then, they get paid and they move on to the next site or whatever. So basically that's what they were saying they was doing, and I was like, it's cold out there this morning, so make sure y'all straight, because since y'all from, down there, he said, well, it get kind of chilly where it is lately, whereas though he went out down there and it was like 10 degrees, and he was like, that's cold for where they was. So I was like, shit, that's nothing from where I come from, you know what I'm saying? But normally it's truly hasn't been that cold until after this fake crazy ass snow. And I know some of y'all might be scratching your head asking why I say fake crazy ass snow. Okay. When I grew up, right, snow was flakes. Especially you could see them when they landed on the window. It'd be a perfect little flake, different designs and everything. From when you had big snow, small snow, sleet snow, whatever snow. When them flakes come down, they be looking just like how the little paper cutouts, paper mache, how you cut the little shapes, you know what I'm saying? You open them up and it has all the different designs and crystal-like. Yeah, that's how the snow looked. It was crystals. That's the perfect word. That's what the word was. It was crystals. They crystallized together, they formed, and every one was a different pattern. You never seen one that looked like the other one. But this, though, alright, we had decent snow, then we had like a half an inch coating of snow, and then we were supposed to get snow this last time when this big storm just hit the other, last weekend. But it missed us, You seen like 2 or 3 flurries, then you seen some rain, and that was it. And basically, that snow before that, when I went to get it off my car because it accumulated on my van and on the windows, on the Honda and stuff like that. So when I went to get it off, it didn't even feel right. And then when I held it up to the light, it wasn't like crystals. It was strands. And it was like strands, like when I lift up a piece, you ever see a cobweb or a dust web or something like that, or a freezer web to be in like the freezer, where it's that you go to grab it and it look like it is dangling like a string or something that's hanging to it, and it's got like a little piece and it's just dangling, but you can barely see the string. That's how this damn snow was. When I went to get it off a car and went to grab some, it's a piece like it was dangling, like it was a web. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? And then it took a different time to melt. I literally took not even a full hand. I took a little bit in my hand, like a little, like this much. Went from outside into the building, into the motel, through the walk of the foyer of the lobby, through the eating hall, through the serving area, back into the back of the kitchen where we work at, and that snow still was in my hand. And then I showed it to her, gave it to somebody else before it melted, so they could feel the texture of it. I've never seen snow do that, and I'm 52. So that's why I said crazy fake ass snow, like it was made or some bullshit. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to jump on the bandwagon with everybody else. This is the honest truth. I can't get no more truthful than what I said and what I seen. It literally made me upset. I was pissed. I talked about it half that day to different people, like, go out there and grab some of this bullshit ass snow. And everybody I told to grab, they had the same opinions. They was like, this don't feel like normal snow. And it was a good snow. It should have been, because it was a packable snow. But the texture wasn't correct. And then the melting time wasn't correct. So I can't explain no more than that. But once again, this is True Streets from True Streets. I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. These are my thoughts. Now, like I said, I've been sharing a lot of my knowledge of my life, what I'm saying, of things I've been going through to see if other people can, relate to. That's why I made the segment, Can You Relate? So basically, because I know there's a lot more people out there besides me that think these ways, you know what I'm saying? And I know that they can help some people, especially when they come across certain situations, because, like, that snow wasn't even slippery. It just was weird. But anyway, so I just want to let everybody know that, I just want to value our opinion. I value our opinion, first of all. Second of all, I just want to, share, because I have a lot of things to share. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot, and I'm passionate about subjects, you know what I'm saying? And whether I don't come across good enough with the speech, it is what it is. Like I said, I've lived a lot of places, so I've picked up a lot of different talks. So sometime I may be talking to some people from the backwood, and I'm talking to people in the business office. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like they said, when you a person of color, you got a lot of personality traits that you have to portray. You know what I'm saying? If Screwface was a thing, it would be the color race, because our lives are different than most other people's lives, as far as the way we present ourselves, the way we show ourselves, the way we do things. We have to be one step up, even though they treat us like we're still one step behind. And when it comes down to that fact, we they be like, "Up, you sounding fake." Okay, when I talk to bill collectors, yes, I sound fake. When I talk to guests, I sound a certain way. When I talk to my employers, I sound a certain way. When I talk to my coworkers, friends, family, and so forth, all different ways are betrayed by the same person. And if they don't, if there was split personalities that were functionable, it would be a color person on an everyday basis of life. Because we have to portray ourselves in so many ways in the same day just to be accepted for that moment of what we're trying to accomplish. Whereas though other people, they come in there and talk like this here, and hell, the whole time they up there with suit and tie and stuff, they still talk like this here, and everybody give them praise and thank you. That's how they were raised to talk like that, because everybody talk like that. Where I was raised at, we got a whole lot of different dialects going on, from hood to island to we say Spanish, Dominican, Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? Cuban, Colombians even. We had everything in New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? White, black, everything. So you had all these different dialects coming from there. You had people from New York with their accents, upstate New Jersey, their accents, Philadelphia with their accent. You know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, I moved to South Carolina. I lived in Florida. I lived in D.C., Maryland. Everybody got these different accents. And when you're around different people with all these different dialects, you pick up thoughts because you pick up their way of conversation, because when you're in that area, you need to be fluent in the area's conversation, because if you stick out a sore thumb, it can get you robbed. You might not get the place, like you might not get the house that you want, because they all look at that first impression mainly. They all look up the outskirt, and then when you open up your mouth, if it don't fulfill what the outside, you know what I'm saying, portrays, then there's usually a problem there. A lot of people look at it as like it's deception. You know what I'm saying? Because you come there on the phone talking like Mr. Benedict, then when they see you in person, you like Mr. Ed. So we got to play all these different roles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can't like. All right, for instance, if you see Mr. Jones, then he sold you your house. The attitude and everything that you did, plus the money, whatever, is what got you that house. Okay. Now, when you see him every other time, you still have to portray that person. So now you have that character. Then you say when you're at a job, especially in customer service, you have to portray a certain character. Then when you're home, you have a certain role and character that you play. So you say all these multiple people that you are, you know what I'm saying? And it's basically like every day you got to be 6, 7 different people. So you got to be current. You got to be always on. In other words, you can never lack in a situation that you prepare for yourself. Because if they catch you off guard, a lot of things can get you terminated in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? You know? So when like when you always Mr. Nice Guy, okay, everybody looking at you as Mr. Nice Guy. If you come in there one day and they see that you're a gangster, everybody's in awe. So you ain't gonna get that same open welcome arm if they thought you was the trap man. Like I tell my kids, and like I was telling my friend yesterday, you have to sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? So all these personalities are selling yourself. You know, so I mean, give me feedback. Am I wrong? I mean, am I the only one who thinks like this, or am I the only one who had to do these things? You know, did I put myself in a lonely man position to have to play all these roles and different characters in life? So hit them comments up and let me know, because I would like to know. So once again, this is True Streets. From True Streets, I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. These is my thoughts. These is my opinions. These are my life stories. I value your comments. I value the messages. I value the likes and subscribes. So I can get on more platforms. Just keep looking at me. Keep typing in. I thank y'all for typing in and coming in this evening. For the ones who can't see me, listen to the voice and hope it uplifts your day. Like I always say, keep smiling, because remember, the man upstairs gave you that smile. Don't let nothing on this rock take it from you. And for the ones who don't know me, and the ones who already do, when I look my head to the right, you already know what time it is.